A lot can come up for people around pricing. They can get really resistant to asking other human beings for $3,000 or $30 or whatever it might be. Believe me, one of my former companies was a fundraising company. So our job was to get people to ask their friends for money. I have helped people ask literally over 100,000 people for money. I have figured out actually at one point it was the highest converting fundraising platform on the planet. It was the highest converting fundraising platform on the planet, which means that our software that I was all embedded with human behavior that I came up with was the best way to ask someone for money on Earth, the planet Earth. So let me assure you that asking people for money can be uncomfortable for a lot of people, and it is a necessary part of expansion. It is a necessary part of our own growth. It is a necessary part of bettering the world. Because of getting good at asking people for money and helping other people ask people for money, we ended up raising $5 million. We built 500 schools and libraries and water projects all over the world. There's 200 schools in Kenya right now, fully operational, that exist because people broke out of their shell and they asked other human beings for money. And the cool thing is that you're not just asking someone for money, you are exchanging an incredibly valuable outcome for money. Way easier than the company that we had, Change Heroes, where people were giving money to build schools, which is cool. It's obviously a very valuable outcome, but it's not something that they would benefit from. Not the person who's asking for money, they don't technically benefit from it themselves. Your clients benefit from it directly. Now, what I wanted to do is just give you some tangible, like industry standard numbers to look at, which go along with how much you can ask for your package. Here's some basic numbers that I've learned from mentors who have helped thousands of people come up with their own packages, and myself, my own work with our own hundreds of clients as well. So here's how they typically break down. Lovely piece of paper. DIY means do it yourself. So a do it yourself package, an online course, something where you are asking the client to do all of it themselves, to watch the videos like you're watching it right now, to watch the videos, to do the work themselves. You can typically cap out at $2,000. Sure, you might be able to charge $2,500 for an online course, maybe even $3,000 if you got a bunch of stuff included, but typically it's about $2,000. That's where you cap out for do it yourself. Then you got DWY, done with you. So this is an offer where someone is like, you and the client are helping each other. That's where you're gonna fall in, right? Because you can't like just do it for them, right? You can't help someone lose 10 pounds for them. I technically could help someone land a TEDx talk for them, but I need a little bit of them involved. So you're probably in this range of a done with you product. You want that to be around $5,000. Here's why. If your product, let's say, or your service is $2,000, but it's a done with you, meaning that you're helping them along and you're maybe coaching them for 8 weeks or whatever it is, the math just stops working after about a month, because the time that you need to put into helping them actually get the result and being on the sales calls and all the sales calls that don't buy, because most sales calls that you get on won't buy. That's just how the numbers work. Most sales calls won't buy. So the time that you put into sales calls and delivering on the package and just doesn't make it feasible for you to actually make a living selling anything for $2,000. That's why it's a do-it-yourself. Done with you around $5K, maybe it's $4,000. In this program, we're talking about starting at $3,000. And the reason for $3,000 is that is the lowest, the basement lowest that you want to be for a done with you. You do not want to be anything under $3,000 for a done with you. The time just doesn't add up, but it doesn't add up if you're charging less than $3,000. Okay? And if you're questioning that at all right now, if you get on 10 sales calls, realistically 3 are going to buy. I mean, 2 of them aren't even going to show up. 3 might buy. So even that rate there, 10 sales calls, hour and a half each, you're looking at what, 600 minutes? I mean, you get the point. 10 hours, 15 hours just worth of sales calls to get 3 clients. Like the time really adds up. So just trust me, you need to be at $3,000 or more to be done with you. You want to be really around the $5,000 mark is ideal. And then the done for you in the industry, it's typical. You could charge $8,000. Some people charge less. They're probably undercharging. Some people charge less, but you typically start $8,000. This is where you get to $10,000, 20, 30. It's infinite, especially if you're helping someone do it for them. We have a service with our TEDx business where we get minimal input from the person, and we go out there and we help them land the TEDx talk for them, and we're able to charge upwards to $10K for that. If we're doing it like a do it with you, then we're charging around $5,000. And if it's a do-it-yourself, then it's like somewhere around $2,000. So that's the industry standards. I didn't make those up. I'm not just kind of throwing some random numbers at you. This is from a lot of research, this is from a lot of people doing a lot of courses, and that's where you want to be. Hey, I hope you liked that training, and if you did like it, please click the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the comments, and if you want more information, down below I've got a free training on exactly the step-by-step process to landing a TEDx talk, making $10,000 a month from your purpose, and living your purpose full time. Click the link below for that free training, and I'll see you in the next video.